What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Jake Podger. I am your host tonight of the AFC East Summit show. Joining us tonight, we finally have Chris back, new owner of a motorcycle. Guy almost killed himself on that motorcycle last week. Chris, welcome back, sir. Hope you're ready for some trivia. We also have Anthony and Keith on as well, our representatives for the Jets and Dolphins. So really excited for the show today, guys, just to kind of give you a brief overview of what we're going to be doing. As I mentioned, trivia is the big theme of this show. But prior to that, we'll talk a little Super Bowl, kind of get an idea of where you guys might be leaning for that, and maybe any bets that you might be putting in. If you're into any of that stuff, or kind of just your overall evaluation of the game. So, Chris, I'm going to start with you, man. It's been a little while since we've had you on the show. Welcome back. I know your Pats aren't representing this year. You used to be able to basically just book a vacation for the wild card round and then just coast during the playoffs right into the Super Bowl, but not so much the case anymore. How are we indulging this weekend? Are you doing anything special for the Super Bowl?
Well, yeah, I mean, my family has a tradition of normally getting together. My sister, she's not a big football fan, but during the Super Bowl, she loves to put together a spread that's decorated with the team colors. So
Beautiful.
it's going to be a really good time. So me and my girlfriend will go and hang out with my family this Sunday. So I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Now, are they all Pats fans too?
No, like I said, they're not even football fans. My brother's a Giants fan. I think he's the only other football. My dad was a Pats fan, of course. So that's where I got the love for the Patriots from.
Heck yeah. I love it. I love it. Anthony, what's new, brother? How's Chicago? Still cold?
No, dude, I'm riding my bike to work these days.
Wow, very nice. Are we officially ready to declare it shorts weather? I mean, it's still early February.
It's getting real close. It's getting damn close to shorts weather. I'll put it this way. Like, I do wear pants to work right now because it's about 35 in the morning when I get on my way to work. But on the way back from the gym, I stay in my gym shorts.
Nice, man.
Hey, hold on,
Anthony. Good sign.
Anthony, what is your definition of shorts weather?
40.
Oof.
Yeah, that's about right.
I'm down to 20, man.
Really?
Shorts weather is all year round for me.
I like that, Keith. 20. That's the real standard right there. You do great here in Buffalo as well.
I would.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, man, I don't know. I'm spoiled in Florida, man. Shorts weather for me is 70 degrees.
Whew, man. So if you're in the 60s, you're wearing jeans or pants or something then.
It's 60. Listen, it's 60 degrees outside right now, and I have jeans and a hoodie on in the house.
Man.
I'm spoiled.
Wild.
Spoiled, I'm telling you.
Brother, I would be sweating right now. I don't even know how you're doing it.
Yeah.
I love it, though. Keith, welcome back, sir. By the way, Keith is our reigning champion of our first trivia event that we did on our AFC East Summit channel, which is now, of course, moved over to the Nickel City Mafia channel that we have here. Keith, how we feeling tonight? You feeling good? You feeling like you're gonna defend the crown?
I've got some really good opponents tonight, so I'm not going to count my chickens before they're hatched. And I know Anthony and Chris are going to give me all they got, so it's going to be fun. I just love trivia. That
for sure. Well, I got some doozies for you boys tonight. And listen, Chris, I tried to take it a little easy on you.
Thank you.
But after those first few warm-up questions, it's going to get real. All right? I just want to let you know.
So
you better bring the A game.
Looking like 20 yards tonight for me, huh?
Oh yeah. And I'll explain the whole process with that. But as I mentioned first, I want to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl this week. Obviously, we got the Niners and the Chiefs going head-to-head, a rematch of the 2019 Super Bowl. A lot of conspiracy theories, of course, going around about Taylor Swift and the number 13. Not sure if you guys heard about that. But very interesting. You know who else wears number 13, though? Brock Purdy. So maybe the Brocket chip. Yes, I'm going to call him the Brocket chip. I know that was Brock Osweiler from a few years back. Brock Purdy's the new Brocket chip in my eyes. Maybe he's going to overthrow the Chiefs this weekend. I know a lot of people still sleeping on the Chiefs. They've disappointed me every time because I've gone against them. And my heart almost wants to bet a bet for them, but I just can't do it, guys. I just can't do it. So, Keith, I'm going to start with you. Give me your overall analysis, what you think is going to happen, and give me a score prediction, too, while you're at it.
All right. Well, we haven't seen a complete game from the San Francisco 49ers yet this postseason. They were down to the Packers, and I think a lot of people thought, are the Packers actually going to pull this off? And then they were down big to the Lions, and it took a furious comeback and some questionable decision making on the part of Dan Campbell to get the 49ers the victory in that game. So, at this point, it's fair to wonder if the 49ers are capable of playing a complete game this postseason.
Sure.
Conversely, the Chiefs beat the hell out of the Dolphins. I'd say they played a complete game against the Bills. It was a close game, but I don't ever think that they were not playing up to their capabilities. And they played the Ravens about as well as I've seen anybody play them this season. So with all that being said, I'm going to take the Chiefs in this one. And, I'm going to say 23-20 Chiefs. And I'll tell you what, if the Chiefs win this Super Bowl this year, this is going to go down as Andy Reid's Mona Lisa, as far as a coaching job goes. It's going to go down as Andy Reid's Mona Lisa and maybe Patrick Mahomes' Sistine Chapel, because I think this is the least talented Chiefs team we've seen since they've gone on their run here. And if they win, we have to start talking about Andy Reid as a top 5 coach of all time, and Patrick Mahomes, 28 years old, as a top 5 quarterback of all time.
Certainly.
So,
yeah,
I'm going 23-20 Chiefs.
I like it. Yeah, I can't argue that. I'll say this. I think Andy Reid already is a top 5 coach in NFL history. Maybe he's right at that 5 spot, Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good names. Obviously, you talk Bill Belichick, Don Shula, your guy, Don Shula.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Walsh. Bill Walsh. I mean, there's so many names, right?
Yeah.
So Tom Landry. I mean, it is, there is a big list there. But, I mean, what he's done, it can't be denied. And the guy he's a QB whisperer. I mean, it's unbelievable everywhere he's gone, He got
a 2nd round pick out of the Miami Dolphins for A.J. Feely. A.J. Feely. Wild. He got a 2nd round pick out of the Arizona Cardinals for Kevin Cobb.
Yeah.
This is the kind of coach Andy Reid is.
A.J. Touchy Feely. What a name. I love it. Anthony, give me your thoughts for this weekend, sir.
I mean, I'll lead in a very similar position to Keith here. Like, this is the most vulnerable that the Chiefs have been, I think, in the Andy Reid era. In the Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes era, they are leaning very heavily on the run game. They have one wide receiver who is a rookie, who's basically the only one who has reliable hands. They have an aging, in a hurry, Jason Kelsey, who I think is a sneaky 35 years old.
Yeah, he's 34, I believe.
Kelsey, sorry.
34, yeah.
He's up there. I mean, there was a weird stat a couple of years ago that he's like a year younger than Gronk.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, that is wild.
Yeah.
Travis,
He's sneakily been in the NFL forever. So we're looking at a Chiefs team that has changed their DNA from being, we're going to put up as many points as we have to we're going to limit you and suffocate your offense as much as possible and score just enough to win games.
Mm-hmm.
And Patrick Mahomes is capable of doing that. That said, you look on the other side, it's almost the exact opposite. You've got a bowling ball full of butcher knives on offense for the San Francisco 49ers. And, Brock Purdy barely surviving. It's interesting because, every quarterback does it a little bit differently. There's no 2 quarterbacks that are the exact same, but it almost feels like if Madden had if we had a Madden superstar ability for Brock Purdy, it's that opponents drop interceptions.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah,
I know a little bit about that myself with our quarterback too. So for sure.
I mean, that feels like that's his superstar ability. Because you go back and watch that Lions game and the tip pass that was then mossed by Jennings, the double catch that was 2 yards too short to Brandon Ayuk. It's just, I don't know how this dude does it, but they just don't catch it, man. It just doesn't happen. So it almost feels like destiny in some ways.
I would agree with that. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck along the way, and they are in Vegas, so maybe he's going to bring some of that to Vegas too.
And it's fair to call it's fair to call Andy Reid. I don't know about top X amount of coaches in the NFL in NFL history, because like it's always weird because the NFL's had different eras. But Andy Reid is certainly an era-defining head coach. You can put him up next to the era-defining, Bill Parcells and Bill Walsh, or the other era-defining Bill Belichick next to Andy Reid. Just two guys that have never seen a side of the ball that they couldn't improve. In Andy Reid's case, the offense, and in Bill Belichick's case, the defense. So, like, to me, it's also fair to say that this generation's era-defining head coach has to be Kyle Shanahan.
Okay.
Another coach who is extraordinarily capable of bringing the absolute most out of the talent that he has on offense. So it also seems like a clash of generations, which makes this Super Bowl very interesting, because we were having conversations about, is Andy Reid going to continue to coach forever? Probably not. Is he going to continue to coach for another 5 years? Almost definitely not.
Right.
So this Super Bowl is something to look forward to. I do give the Chiefs the nod, but I am very interested to see this result, because, Brock Purdy is Brock Purdy going to continue to make people like miss interceptions, and are the 49ers going to do enough to the Chiefs defense to score enough points to win this game? I'm super interested. I think the Chiefs are going to take it, but it's a coin flip. These are two exceptionally good teams.
Certainly. Yeah. Want to just go to the chat here. Time Traveler, he's blowing us up right now. Welcome back, Time Traveler. We did see you on our post-game show when we lost to the Chiefs. By the post-game show, I mean the Buffalo Bills post-game show that I was on. Appreciate you joining us tonight. Let's see what he has to say here. AFC East equals AFC least. AFC West equals dynasty keeping Chargers quarterback down. He should be in some other division with better coaches. Well, listen, they got Jim Harbaugh now, so listen. I think that Chargers team is going to be a little dangerous this year. I know we've been saying it for like the last 5 years, but I really think they got a good mix now. And there's rumors now he wants to go after Saquon Barkley. Are you kidding me? Could you imagine that?
He's coming out of college and he thinks running backs matter.
True.
He just had Blake Corum go for like a trillion touchdowns.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
And
he should just draft Blake Corum.
Yeah, right?
You got to admire the grit that he brings to the team, though. I do love that. But, yes, that's a very good point, Anthony. Maybe, when he coached in the NFL last, we're talking 10-plus seasons ago. Yeah, Frank Gore was his running back. You had Colin Kaepernick at quarterback. Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, the team was built more, that 49ers team specifically, talk about a good defense. I mean, they were loaded. Yeah. Loaded. Talk about some of the linebackers. I mean, they were.
Navarro Bowman and Patrick Willis.
Bowman. A lot of people forget about Navarro Bowman because Pat Willis was so damn good, but Navarro Bowman, he was just as good. It was crazy, man. Times were Deshaun Goldson. I mean, there were some good names.
I'm actually low-key looking forward to seeing what Harbaugh does with the Chargers.
Yeah, I am too.
He still has that juice.
It's an exciting hire for sure.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. Mike, thank you for joining us tonight. I bet big in Vegas on Keith.
I'll try not to let you down, Mike.
Woo. Niners are just going to blitz the magician, remove the magic. Raiders did it. Bucks did it a few Super Bowls ago, and I'm a KC fan. Yeah. Well, I think the Buccaneers, I mean, you talk about that Buccaneers Super Bowl a couple of years ago, he was under duress the entire game. And obviously it's so cliche to say you get pressure on the quarterback. He's not going to fare as well. Well, yeah, they abused Pat Mahomes in that Super Bowl. So,
but they learned from that. They realized that offensive line matters, and the very next thing they did was draft Creed Humphrey, sign Joe Thuney, address the tackle positions. Like they went
Donovan Smith, Orlando Brown.
They went ham on the offensive line, and right now you see it's a very dominant offensive line, and you can't quite blitz. Well, first off, the Niners don't blitz that much. That's just a thing,
right?
But like the other thing is this: it's hard to blitz a team that can just run through the A gaps. Like they can behind Creed Humphrey and Joe Thuney. Like they just blow up the A gaps.
Oh, it's crazy, man.
Like they have Isaiah Pacheco, who even if you get him in the backfield, he's not going down on first contact.
Right. Yeah.
Is
they are
going to play in this game?
What's
Probably
that,
not,
Keith?
right? Yeah.
Charles Omenihu? Yeah, he's been ruled out. Time travel also confirming that. Kesey did look scary against the Ravens, but Omenihu was out. That is a dude that's very underrated. I feel like the Chiefs have always had that guy also on the D-line, like whether it was Derek Nottie or Charles Omenihu, or, I mean, you go back to a few years ago even, they had some other dudes that were very similar. Guys that, they weren't Chris Jones, but they made plays when it mattered most. And I feel like the Chiefs are just built on that this year more than any year in the past. They don't have the superstar players like we mentioned that they used to have. I mean, you still have Chris Jones, of course, but like that defense, you look at that defense right now, they're not that same defense. And I do think, obviously.
Sneed's playing great.
What's that?
Sneed's playing great.
He is. He's playing at an all-pro level.
Fantastically. George Karlaftis in his second year, like that play, it was in the fourth quarter where Karlaftis just does like a spin move on the tackle, and the tackle was just wild. Like standing there. Yeah. That was disgusting.
You guys know what that guy's nickname is, George Karlaftis?
What?
No, what is it?
Furious George.
Love that. Absolutely love that.
That's a great name.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's a great name.
It is a great name. Time Traveler, we appreciate you joining us tonight. Let's see what else he had to say here. Oh, Anthony did accidentally call him Jason. We knew what he meant. I
do that all the time. I seriously do that all the time.
Listen, there's so much Jason Kelce on your television these days. It's hard to tell who's who now.
There's so much Kelce.
Yeah,
it's too much.
Noah Gray. Yeah. Noah Gray is underrated tight end. I like what they have.
End,
yeah.
Shout out to Jordy Fortson too. He's from Buffalo. Went to ECC, Erie Community College, then Valdosta State. And he's wearing 88.
Like the grand champ of this is why you're not even allowed to do trivia.
Well, yeah, there we go. This is why I'm not participating in trivia tonight as the Bills rep. We actually don't even have a Bills rep for trivia. So that's unfortunate. But here we are, Noah Gray. Wow. So Chris coming in and saying he thinks Noah Gray's going to have a big game. I'm going to pivot to you right now, Chris. Give me your take. How do the Chiefs, I guess, you know what? Let me ask you this. How do the 49ers win this game?
That's going to be, the 49ers is a pretty complete team. I like the offensive weapon. I like their defense. For sure, they do need to utilize that blitz a little bit more and try to put Patrick Mahomes in duress. That seems to be the formula for winning against the Kansas City Chiefs. But it's really going to come down on Brock Purdy. If they can continue to get Deebo Samuels involved in the run, because he's shown to be a big factor in the run and through the air, lead on Christian McCaffrey. But if Purdy can play a clean game of football, get it to his receivers in space and let them, because that was also me like the 49ers formula that, you give the receivers the ball in space and let them get the big yards. And Purdy he's just got to play a clean game. One of the things that he did well against was it Detroit, that he didn't allow them to come in put pressure on him, and he's really sneaky. He's very sneakily athletic. So even if he was in the pocket under duress, he did make some of those big plays with his legs when the game mattered the most. So just a clean game. So like I said, that's it, just a clean game. So, but it's going to be a tough battle. I mean, they've been here before, 2019 when Purdy had the shoulder injury or the elbow injury, I believe. So
that was Jimmy G.
Jimmy G. Okay, yeah. So you can't even call it a fluke. This is a good 49ers team. They've been here. They have the experience. So these are two playoff teams that just constantly get here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But my prediction, of course, I think I'm gonna give the nod to Kansas City, just like Anthony. I'm calling the game 20-17, Kansas City.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna do something I haven't done as well, and I think I'm gonna. What's that?
Predicting scores, Jake?
Oh, yeah. Give me your prediction.
Oh, no, I already said 2017 Kansas City.
Okay. Yep. Okay. I'm going to do something that I haven't done really in any Chiefs game that I've had to predict thus far. And I'm going to actually side with you guys. I'm picking the Chiefs in this one.
Wow.
Coming in as -1.5 or +1.5 underdogs. I think the disrespect is so insane. This is a team that has the experience. They have the quarterback. They have the coach. And, it's no disrespect to Kyle Shanahan or Brock Purdy. I love Brock Purdy's story, by the way. I don't know how you can hate the guy, or I understand the criticism a little bit, like with what Anthony was saying, but I feel like there's been a lot of kind of almost hate thrown at him lately, too, that I've seen just in like the regular media, which I'm like, this is insane. This guy's got a great story. How do you not like this dude? But I do agree. I mean, there's a lot of luck on his side. I mean, you see some of the throws. These receivers have had to come up with insane grabs to make these catches. Now, I will give credit where credit is due. This guy has hung in the pocket a few times. He's had some clutch moments. Outside of, he's made some good throws too. He's still a young quarterback. By the way, he's Mr. Irrelevant. I mean, the dude wasn't expected to do anything in the NFL. Now he's a starting quarterback in the Super Bowl. So
that is the most fascinating part. The actual name of Mr. Irrelevant. He could have been one pick off and it would have been perfectly fine. But the fact that he literally was the last person in the draft taken.
Yep. So I feel like it will be close. It absolutely is going to be a close game, and I'm excited because I think it's going to be a very entertaining back and forth game. I don't think the defense they're going to make those plays when they need to, but I feel like it's going to be higher scoring than what you guys are even saying. I know the Chiefs defense is like legit as it comes, and they haven't let up more than like 27 points this whole season, but I'm going to say 31-28 Chiefs.
Okay.
Pull it off.
Okay. I like it.
I'm here for it. I want to see a high-scoring game. That's just me, too. I mean, obviously, the Super Bowl, I want to see some score changes. I'm in a couple minute pools as well. I have like 5 other Super Bowl pools that I'm in addition to that, so it's going to be fun. I can't wait. Is there a special, food or entree or anything like that you guys typically make for the Super Bowl?
Garlic parm wings. Wings.
Okay.
We order wings, and I know that's going to make you laugh, Jake, because the wings in Philly probably pale in comparison to the wings in Buffalo. But it's a tradition. We order some wings, and they're pretty good. I'm sure they pale in comparison to Barbells, though.
Fair enough. Well, listen, I'm going to get you guys all up to Buffalo one of these days. We will go to Barbell. We'll do the whole damn thing, and you guys your whole lives will be changed. And I'm sure you can do the same with me at your different spots, your different watering holes. Not with wings, but maybe with something else. Keith already did it with the Philly cheesesteak. So, Anthony, I know Chicago's got some great food down there. So, would love to visit Chicago again. I am all about that. And Florida, Chris, where in Florida again?
I'm in Orlando.
All right. Well, you got a lot of chains.
Yeah.
I like some of those, like Ruth Chris. I like the steakhouse. I'm a McDonald's guy too when I need to be.
But I can't imagine Florida. I don't really think Florida is really as popular for anything as Chicago and Buffalo.
Well, you guys got Disney World and all that other stuff. So
down south you have some phenomenal Cuban food.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Miami for sure. Because Miami is mostly Tampa. Yeah.
Ybor City for sure.
Ybor City.
Yeah.
I met John Lynch in Ybor City.
Did you really?
He was having lunch at a place my family and I were having lunch. John Lynch and Brad Culpepper, the old defensive tackle for them.
Oh yeah, that's sweet, man.
Yeah, they were having lunch at this place in Ybor City where we were having lunch, and went up and got their autographs. Brad Culpepper, super nice guy. John Lynch, not so much. That's why I took the Chiefs.
Really?
Yeah. John Lynch is a little rude to 10-year-old Keith.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
But Brad Culpepper was awesome. He was really cool.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. You don't
I got some spots for you, Jake. Don't worry. I got a couple of restaurants on the list.
All right, brother. Sounds good. I'll meet you down there. All right. Give me like an hour or so. I'll book a flight because it's cold up here.
I wouldn't put it past you, Jake.
Yeah. Let's see. Battlehawks joining us tonight. Battlehawks, thank you as always for joining us, sir. We appreciate the hell out of you. He said shout out to Anthony and Keith and Chris as well. Of course, Mike saying Chiefs O-line is great. Here we go. I love this. He's given us all the signings in the UFL that are former Buffalo Bills. Battlehawks, we need to get you to have your own show on our channel, specifically just surrounding the UFL. Maybe you can mention, all these different facts about former Bills going to the UFL. Desmond Patman, love that name, by the way. Big receiver, always does well in the preseason for us. So, huge fan. Thank you for keeping us updated on that. Every show, baby. Every show. Wow, time traveler, though. Money on the 49ers, hard on the Chiefs. Are you really a Chiefs fan and you're going to bet the Niners?
It's a reverse curse. He's trying to reverse jinx it.
That's fair.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, he's trying to. All the time. This is like a perfect situation where you plan for the worst, but you pray for the best.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. He did say he was drunk early on in the comments here. I don't know if you saw it. He fit right here.
Yeah.
He fit right in here in Buffalo. I can tell you that. Tom out there too. Tom, hello, sir. Always good to see you out there. I know you're watching the Sabres game right now. What's the score of that game? Give us an update, please. I'm not watching currently.
One thing's for sure is that I think all year long, I myself and I think I and everyone included has bet against the Kansas City Chiefs. We talk about how this has been the worst team. They don't have any receivers. You know, it's just Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, and somehow here they are in the Super Bowl again.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it, but like we can watch it too. Like, remember there was an entire game where like Kadarius Toney literally just blew the game.
Oh yeah,
like absolutely disaster class.
But, you know, that's what I was
saying.
saying.
Hardman did his best to punt the game over to the Bills.
Yeah,
with a fumble on like the 1 yard line through the end zone. Like,
that's what I was saying earlier.
They almost kill him. Those receivers, awful. Mm-hmm.
That's what I was saying earlier, Chris, where it's like, you know, if the Chiefs actually win the Super Bowl this year, this has to go down as Andy Reid's greatest coaching season because
without a doubt.
These Chiefs looked down and out a few times this season. And Andy Reid just keeps on bringing them back. Patrick Mahomes just keeps on bringing them back.
Yeah.
Just a testament to how good those guys are at what they do.
It's a lot on the table for both sides for sure. I think my favorite comment or update I've seen over the week has been Brock Purdy's response to Cam Newton. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
No, I didn't see that.
So Cam Newton called Brock Purdy the 10th best player on his team, right? And Brock Purdy.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's uncalled for. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but when Cam Newton starts talking, I stop listening. So,
but
Cam was so fun to watch, but not his analysis. I'm not totally on board with.
You know, people gotta stay relevant and go viral somehow, you know. But Brock Purdy definitely had the classiest response I've ever seen. So he said, listen, he said, I may be the 10th best player on my team. He said, but I know that there are, you know, so many teams in the NFL, and there are about 90 NFL. There are about 90 quarterbacks on the NFL roster. He said, and you're not one of them.
Oh, okay, Brock.
Yeah, love it.
The Brock,
take them gloves off.
I mean, at some point you got to fire back because, like, I forget what wide receiver he was talking about. That's like, then don't get in my mentions and ask for me to jump on your show.
Debo.
And then he's like, I did not. And then he posts the Twitter links or the screenshots. Like, I'm sorry, I'm tired of Cam at this point.
Yeah.
He all year for the Jets, he's like, oh, I'm ready to play for the. We watched you suck for New England.
Yeah.
Like, you're not better than Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Like, you're not
that's
better.
A lot, Anthony. That speaks volumes.
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
But he was terrible for New England.
What about Tim Boyle?
I mean, he might be better than Tim Boyle, but Tim Boyle is Tim Boyle. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Is he though? Is he? If he was, you figure he'd still be in the NFL.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Time Traveler is very aggressive in the chat. I'm not even bringing that one up, brother. Holy smokes. Go take a lap, Time Traveler. We don't need that.
Oh my God.
He went 0 to 100 there. Holy smokes.
Damn, Time Traveler.
Talking about our mothers now? Holy cow. He did say he's drunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to get Time Traveler on the show one of these days. Bottle in hand.
Yeah. My dad. Thanks, Dad, for joining us. I hope the Niners 28, Chiefs 18, so your junk numbers can come in. Yeah, no, I agree. So, Dad, this is what I'm thinking because that's for a minute pool. So, I think it's going to be 28-28 for the entire fourth quarter until the very end where the Chiefs will kick a game-winning field goal. And then I'll probably end up, I'll make my money and then some. So, that'll be great.
Nice.
That's what I'm thinking.
So
there's a little bias in that score prediction.
8-1, Jake?
I have 8-8.
8-8.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. 28-28 for like the whole fourth quarter, and then they're going to kick a field goal, which I'm fine with.
It's 100% Battlehawks. 100% Battlehawks.
Yeah.
To answer his question,
I will glance Battlehawks. I'll glance at the UFL, but you know what? If it's not the NFL, baseball season's about to start. I'm a huge Phillies fan. I'm ready for that.
Oof.
I'm 100% as well. Listen, if it's football, I'm watching. So I am here for it. You mentioned several Bills that have also signed with UFL teams, by the way, Battlehawks, which I love. So of course I'll be watching. It's beautiful. Anthony, what about you? Any UFL in your future?
100% chance I would watch week 1. 20% chance I watch week 2. 100% chance I stop watching after that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, fellas, we got to get on to trivia here. I've already gone too long. Tom, by the way, Tom, if you're still out there and you are watching, I did send you a message on Discord. If you could get back to me with your address, I am going to be sending you a Barbill gift card. You are the winner of that. So we appreciate the heck out of you. I meant to send it to you like right after Christmas, and then things got busy. So I still owe you that. We'll love to send it to you via mail. And then we got to get beers at some point here. We're both in Buffalo. There is no reason that we shouldn't have already connected at this point. So got to make it happen, brother. All right, boys.
Random side note, whatever happened to Timmy and his Waffle House punishment?
He's really trying to avoid that like the plague, Chris. I don't know what's going on. Yeah,
I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it all season long. I know if Keith lost, Keith would have done it by now.
Yeah, and much to my wife's dismay, my wife was not a happy camper when I was telling her about this challenge, but I would have done it.
Yeah,
I would have done it already.
Yeah, Time Traveler, you're supposed to come on our show, brother, that night, the day that you got your molar removed, and you never did. So I'm a little upset with you right now. Crazy. By the way, Sabres Edge show is going on as well while we're doing this show. So if you want to check that out as well, they're talking Buffalo Sabres, doing a live in-game reaction, if you will. 1-2 Stars are up against the Sabres right now, I believe, according to the Tom. So appreciate that update. Go check them out. They do a great show as well. All right, boys, let's do some trivia here. Yes. So I'm going to tell you this. So we already did a trivia show in the past. I thought it went fantastic. What I want to do here, because the last time we didn't really randomize anything in terms of who went first. I already had it predetermined. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to invite people. I'm going to present. And let's share my screen.
Is this a multiple choice trivia?
It is not, Chris. It is not. So like I said, I threw a couple softball questions to you. Okay.
I was hoping
it's going to get brutal. It's going to,
I was hoping at least I have a 25% chance to get the answers right.
Oh, you'll be all right. You'll be good.
Just keep on going with B, Chris. B.
So first things first, fellas, we're going to start with this random.org randomizer. So I have your names typed in here. Chris, Anthony, Keith, and we're going to randomize it multiple times. So I need a number from the chat here. If someone could just type in any number between 1 and 10, that's how many times I'm going to randomize this list. And whatever the order is, that's the order we'll go in.
Let's see.
Time Traveler, holy smokes, he's out of pocket right now.
Whoa.
I don't even know what this guy's saying. He likes Anthony's head, though. Anthony, you do have a nice shine on that. Looks good.
Do I just got done waxing it, really.
Hey, Time Traveler, if you could do us a favor, though, and give us a number between 1 and 10. Look at this. We got two guys. Listen, fellas, I'm thinning a touch up top here. Still got a pretty full head, but if it does get down to it, I may have to join you.
I could have faked it for probably another couple of years, but
I'm not trumping it. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Yeah. Nope.
No, I was never going to do that.
Yeah. All right. He's not giving us a number here. Oh, he's got 7. So I'm going to randomize this list 7 times, and we're going to see what happens. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I knew it. I just knew I was
starting it off
first.
All right.
All right. So Chris, Anthony, Keith, that is the order. And then we're going to do snake order. So it's going to go back. So it'll go Keith. Actually, no. We'll just keep it going that way.
Time Traveler wants me to expose my scalp to moisture, so I'll take off my do-rag.
I love it. All right, boys. Let's go ahead and share this. 1 second. Sorry, I feel like I'm good with technology, but also I'm not good with technology at certain times. So bear with me here. I'm going to share this presentation.
Gotta brush my hair.
And we're going to go to Chris is starting. Chris, Anthony, Keith. Here we go. Are you boys ready?
Yes.
I'm good to go. Let's go.
Actually, real quick, before I get into that, the rules. It's basically the first to 10 correct answers is going to win this tournament. So you're going to start at your 1 yard line, your own 1 yard line. Every correct answer is 10 yards advanced. So you want to get 10 correct answers to score a touchdown. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. Chris, starting us off.
All right.
In the Patriots' regular season finale against the Miami Dolphins on January 1st, 2006, this player successfully drop-kicked a football for an extra point, something that was not done in a regular season NFL game since 1941.
He was a quarterback, Chris.
Oh, Keith giving him some help here.
Quarterback for the Patriots. Besides that,
He was a backup.
I know.
Yeah.
I was about to say we had Tom Brady for all these years. I don't remember the backups.
I'm going to tell you this too, guys. So a lot of these answers to the questions that I have here, a lot of these players overlap and have played for multiple teams in the AFC East. It's pretty wild. Possibly another hint for you there, Chris.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm going to give up because if I think about it any longer, I'm just going to Google it.
Do we get to steal?
Yes.
Ooh, that's an interesting concept. We could do that. But the
Go
thing
ahead,
is, I guess
Anthony and I both know it.
I
you
know.
guys both know it. Maybe we shouldn't because I have specific questions for each team. So maybe we shouldn't. We'll just leave it as is. Chris, do you officially give up?
I give up.
All right. One of you guys share the answer.
Doug Flutie.
Doug Flutie. That is correct.
No.
Doug Flutie was the last person to do a drop kick, and it was 2006, and it was the first time it had been done since 1941.
It's actually
Very
pretty
cool.
easy to forget that he played for the Patriots because he had a pretty
Yeah.
forgettable tenure with the
Yeah.
Patriots. He was
Yep.
more a Bill than he was a Patriot, if you're being
Oh,
honest.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a Buffalo Bill. That was the other hint there, Chris. He played with us. He was a Pro Bowl quarterback with us. Played at Boston College, too. And known
Yep.
for a Hail Mary pass. Played in the CFL for a little bit. Played with the Bears. Played with the Chargers. Doug
Yeah.
Flutie.
Okay.
Great name. All right. Moving on to the Jets and Anthony.
Mhm.
Anthony, what
Touchdown.
receiver was taken first overall by the Jets in
Keyshawn
1990?
Johnson.
Very good, sir. Ding, ding, ding. Anthony, with our first correct answer, he advances to the 11-yard line. He has himself a first down, and he's got the first points on the board. Moving on to Keith. Keith, what year did the Miami Dolphins begin as an expansion team in the American Football League?
I believe it was 1966, Jake.
That is correct. Keith advances to the 11-yard line. You have yourself a first down. Aronde Gadsden for the first down. Very nice. Nice throw by Jay Fiedler. All right, Chris, here we go, brother.
Jay Fiedler. That's not a sentence that's said very often.
It's not a great name, is it? Next question. Here we go. Like I said, there's some softball questions.
Yeah, this is
thinking
definitely
about
a
you.
softball question right here.
How many
6.
Super Bowl wins did Tom Brady deliver for the Patriots?
6.
That is correct. Ding, ding, ding. First down for
Nice.
Chris, and his first down of the day. David Gibbons for the first down. By the way, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just do different names every time for a first down. How's that sound, boys? I got to throw my 2 cents in too because I'm not allowed to do trivia. So I just want to name random players because that's what I've been doing the last week now because I got hooked on that one game, Immaculate Grid. All right, moving on to Anthony. You guys all are on the 11-yard line now. Anthony with the chance to take the lead. This Jets offensive tackle had a signature moment that came in October 2000 when he caught the game-winning touchdown pass in the game known as the Monday Night Miracle.
Yeah, I remember the
He's
game.
just shaking his head.
Jumbo Elliott.
Correct. Keith remembers that well.
I watched that game live. My
Oh,
dad went to bed in the third quarter. And he's
I,
like, whatever, the game's over. It's like, you never know.
I watched that game too, and I still have nightmares about it to this day.
oh.
And Jumbo friggin' Elliott caught that touchdown pass.
Like I said, I made sure that there was a lot of overlap here. So, like matchups between our teams, players that played for each other's teams. So, it's going to get a little chippy, I feel like. Maybe some disappointment shown as well. We'll see. But yes, Anthony, you are correct. Jumbo Elliott is the correct answer. And moving on to the next question for the Dolphins here. What was the first season that the Dolphins made it to the Super Bowl, Keith?
Well, it was this 1972. No, 1970 against the Cowboys. They lost 24-3.
That's correct. Yep, that is correct. Good job. Good. Right in mid-sentence, you caught it. That's a great job. And sometimes, I get confused too because I'm like, it's 1971, but the season was the 1970 season.
Yes. Yeah.
So I always like to,
Yeah, they lost Super Bowl in 1971, but against the Cowboys, lost 24-3. My dad's a Cowboys fan, so that's one he has over me.
I love it. Look at this. Brody Croyle mentioned there.
There's a name.
They're asking bonus trivia questions in the chat.
I love it. Hilarious. All right. So Anthony and Keith, you guys are both tied right now. Whoops. That might be if there's like a tiebreaker at the end, we might have to throw a Bills question in there for you guys to answer.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, here we go, brother. This former college quarterback was drafted in the 7th round and played receiver, defensive back, and returned punts and kicks throughout his time as a Patriot. He would go on to have one of the most prolific playoff careers with a single team, ranking 2nd all-time in postseason receptions and receiving yards. By the way, now he's 3rd. I actually have to correct this. At the time when I had made this question, which was a long time ago, he was 2nd on the list. But Travis Kelce is now 1st, and
I'm going to go with Julian Edelman.
You are correct. Good answer, sir. Moving on to the 21-yard line there. Nice first down. Mike Vrabel on the out flat route there. Not in the red zone for the first time. All right, Anthony. Nice, easy one for you. The Jets claim to be the New York Jets, but unlike the Buffalo Bills, who actually are the only team that plays in New York State, the Jets instead play in what state? I had to do it. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
Currently, they play in New Jersey. Jake.
Very nice. East Rutherford, New Jersey.
East Rutherford, New Jersey.
You're allowed to give me the finger if you do so.
No, not. This is a family-friendly show.
All right, Keith. Which Dolphin is the NFL's all-time leader in fumble return touchdowns with 6?
Oh,
it's a good one.
Jason Taylor.
That is correct. Yes, okay. Jason Taylor, former Jet, by the way.
Yeah,
another player.
He did his time in East Rutherford.
I was trying to think back, Jake. I was trying to think I've seen Jason Taylor return at least 3. He's the only Dolphin I can think of. I can think that did that. So, man, that's a rough one.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, at least you got the knowledge, Keith, because all my softball questions are done. So.
All right. Whoops! I keep going to the Bills one there. Here we go. This is a good one. 69. Name which former Patriot I am thinking of. He also holds the record for most receiving touchdowns recorded by a tight end in a single season with 17.
I forgot the name. I'm blanking on the name.
Forget the name.
I did forget the name.
Just think of the number. This man loves this number. I know it's a family-friendly show, but
yeah,
I had to put it in there. I mean, it's just too funny not to.
Oh my God, I'm blanking on the name.
Chris, come on, man.
I'm blanking on the name, guys.
You got this. Just think.
Kick of Destiny.
It's pretty recent. Pretty recent.
Is it recent?
Maybe. You got this, man.
Kick of Destiny, Chris.
Hold on.
You do have some help in the comments.
It's not Gronk.
Maybe.
Is it Gronk?
It is Gronk.
Wow.
Don't second guess yourself. What are you thinking? Like Daniel Graham or someone else? No chance.
Gronk, yeah, I was thinking about. Oh yeah. Wow. Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah. 2011. That was an incredible season for him. 17 receiving touchdowns, 1,300 plus yards. Guy went off.
Yeah.
If you look at Gronk's stats,
I think it was
absolutely.
I think it was a 69 that was throwing me off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just did that, that's like,
man.
yeah, that's just his thing. He just loves saying the number 69. He's all about it. Here's a good question.
I thought that was the tight end. I thought that was the tight end's the number for the tight end on his
jersey.
Jersey.
My bad. You know,
that's why I was thrown off. Like, who was number 69?
Hand up. I should have specified that. That is on me. But you advance to the 31-yard line and get yourself another first down. We are all knotted up. Battlehawks bonus for Jake when Jeff Tool time almost led the Bills to victory over the Chiefs. Which wide receiver was too lazy to tackle a cornerback in front of pick six? That's a good question. You might have me stumped on this, actually. Jeff Tool. So we're talking back in, wow, this is the drought era.
So even Mike said he was thrown off by that 69.
I'm going to say Donald Jones. No, Donald Jones. No, that's not a good
I was
name.
thinking Stevie Johnson, Jake.
Yeah, that's too easy, though. I feel like it's got to be someone different. Brad Smith.
Did he even play for?
He did. He did.
He
Didn't really play offense for us much. He was more of a gadget guy.
Yeah, he's a kick returner.
Battlehawks. You're gonna have to get the answer.
Also.
Yes, he was good. He was good. I like Brad Smith. All right, Anthony, I'm going to go to you. And
Okay.
Battlehawks, please do me a favor and put that answer in there. You may have stumped me on that one. Here we go. In 2001, which Jets linebacker delivered the hit on Drew Bledsoe that would rock the Patriots foundation as a franchise for many seasons to come?
My man, Mo Lewis.
Mo Lewis. That is correct. Sorry.
Changed the game for us forever.
We can all thank Mo Lewis for 20 years.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Right. Like I said, a lot of overlap in this, guys. It is really cool to see. Like, you go back in history and stuff and all the it was Stevie. Okay. I figured it, like, in my head, that was the first name that came to mind because I love Stevie so much, but there are things that he didn't want to do as well.
Yeah.
And blocking and chasing down interceptions, those were two things he did not like to do. But such a good route runner, such good footwork, man. He was different in that element. And also was the first Bills receiver to record 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons. It's since been done by Steph Diggs as well, but Stevie was different.
True story. Stevie is the guy that Garrett Wilson looks up to, and if you watch his game, it's basically pretty identical.
Similar.
The thing about Stevie that was so weird was that he was so awkward.
Yeah,
and Garrett Wilson does the same thing, like arms and legs going in every direction. Like, Revis couldn't do anything about him because Revis was so hyper aware that, like, Stevie's like elbow would fly over there, and Revis would just bite down the wrong way.
Yeah,
It was weird, man.
I love it. All right, Anthony, you have taken the lead to the 41-yard line. First down, Lavernius Coles. Very nice. Here we go. Keith, who was the Dolphins' first 1,000-yard rusher?
Ooh. It's my boy. I think I might go.
This is a tough one, Jake.
Chris is thinking, Ricky Williams. I love Ricky. Run, Ricky, run. He was so good, man. So good. But no, it is not Ricky Williams. I could definitely tell you that.
I guess I'm going to go for the obvious answer here, Jake, and just say Larry Zonka.
Larry Zonka is correct. Larry Zonka, first 1,000-yard rusher. It was not Mercury Morris. Larry Zonka.
Jim Kick was actually one that came to mind. But,
good name.
But, Larry Zonka. Cool. Yeah.
Very nice. Yes, you advance. First down, Travis Minor. Here we go, Chris. This player was the first New England Patriot to be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He was given the nickname Hog.
I wasn't even born in 1991.
I wasn't either, actually.
I was 4.
God, I'm the oldest one here. Awful.
Anthony, you don't look a day over 29.
And
we saw you last week with that tank top on.
Yeah,
it's true.
A lot of people commented on that. They're like, this guy's jacked.
I'm not. It's really from here up. The rest of me is just a schlub.
Hey, that's all we're seeing anyway, so that's all that matters.
Chris, for a long time, this guy was like the only Patriots Hall of Famer.
Listen, I'm gonna pass on this one. I'm gonna pass on this one, Jake.
So he was a guard. His name was John Hanna. He was unbelievable. One of the best guards in NFL history, honestly, in my mind. Really, really good player for them.
Okay.
So yeah, hey, it's all right. It's all right. Like I said, not all of them are going to be softballs. It's going to start to get a little real.
Yeah,
that's okay.
We have to go into history.
You were still on the 31-yard line there. You just got sacked, but it was called offset because Tom Brady's your quarterback and he got the flag. So
he tucked it.
You're welcome. Here we go. Anthony, what Hall of Fame running back signed with the Jets in 2010 and played in a committee-style backfield with Sean Green?
LaDainian Tomlinson, one of my absolute favorite, not just running backs, but just like favorite players of all time.
So good, man. So freaking good. Did you guys know that LT rushed for 1,600 yards and he caught 100 passes for 725 yards in 2003? And no one even talks about how good that season was because it's overlooked because he has that 31 touchdown season like 3 years later. This guy was so damn good. He was a touchdown machine and just a fantasy cheat code in all facets of the game. And actually, his first season with the Jets, he had like 900 something yards too. He was pretty darn good.
He was. The thing about LT is that, like, I don't know if you remember much about Sean Green, but Sean Green used to run with his eyes closed, basically. Like he just run head first into the line, and Rex Ryan loved him. I don't know why.
Yeah,
but LT really carried the backfield that first year. And that was the year after Thomas Jones left us. I think he went to retire.
Was good, man.
Yeah.
But like, oh my God, LT was just such a revelation. Just to have such a quality back, we hadn't had something like that since Curtis Martin, and really since Curtis Martin, like in the early 2000s. Because towards the end of his career, it was just stat padding, really.
Yeah, minus 2004, he did lead the league in rushing in 2004, and I remember the big headline came out because Sean Alexander had a chance to do it. They were 2 yards out. I think he only lost it by a yard, but they were 2 yards out, and instead they QB sneak with Matt Hasselbeck instead. So Curtis Martin won the rushing title that year.
The hardest part about Curtis Martin winning the rushing title that year was that it was such a low total.
Yeah, 1696.
He won it, but it was like 1,400 yards or something.
No, 1696, Anthony.
Was it that many?
Yeah.
Oh, I always felt like it was a lower total than that, but wow.
We talked about this, though, Keith and I, in the chat in our Discord the other day, and we're like, of all Hall of Fame running backs, I feel like Curtis Martin does not get enough respect for how good he was. Every season over 1,000 yards, minus his last year, but he still had 712 touchdowns. Guy was insane. So good.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Very nice. All right.
Super underrated.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Very nice. First down, Sean Green. So Anthony has just crossed midfield. He's at the 49-yard line of the opposing team going into the end zone, heading that way. And Keith with a chance to tie it here. Here we go. How many losing seasons did Don Shula have with the Miami Dolphins? It's a fascinating stat. And it's not 0.
Yeah, no, it's not 0. Wow. I'm going to say 2.
That is correct. Great job, man. That was very good. Yeah, 2 losing seasons.
You were going ham on Keith. These questions are not easy.
He's still getting them.
He's getting the reigning champ treatment because I know he knows the stuff. So I got to, Anthony, I'm kind of gauging where you're at. I know you know your stuff, but I'm like, let's throw.
No, I appreciate that, but like the questions that you're giving him, like the equivalent would be like asking me about, I guess like Walter Camp.
Yes,
I almost said 3 there, Jake. Wow.
Hey, you did great, man. That's awesome. Good stuff.
I'm gonna go after this show. I'm gonna go and do me some trivia questions.
Chris, you gotta brush up on it a little bit, man.
Yep.
That's okay though. That's okay. That's why you're here. This is like class. I'm your professor. I love this. Let's go to the chat real quick here. Battlehawks trivia. Which guy on the panel gets the ladies' digits with these? Well, unfortunately for us, fortunately, I should say for us. Hopefully, my wife didn't hear that. My understanding, we're all taking men. So,
yeah,
we talking back in the day because listen, I've been out of the game since I was like 18. I did what all men are quote unquote supposed to not do, and been with my wife since freshman year at college. So
Hey, listen,
been out for a while.
that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you think. That's what people think you're not supposed to do, but that's what
right,
you're
Chris.
supposed to do.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Because after college and after all that, it only gets worse. The dating pool gets worse and worse. So to answer Battle Hawk's questions, my answer would be Jake.
Whoa. Okay. They do say sometimes you got a ring on your finger, and the women are like, you know what, that guy.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate chick magnet, the ring.
You know, maybe. I don't know. I'll take it though. I appreciate that. Wow. My vote would be
certainly not me.
My vote would be you, Chris.
Yeah.
You're young. You're spry. You're in Florida too. There's some good-looking ladies down in Florida. You know, I feel like, yeah, for sure.
Listen, I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it.
Although I don't know, Anthony, you're looking good lately, man. You really are. I mean,
your boy can talk serious game.
Yes,
that's the thing about me. I am not a shower, but I can talk.
I love it.
It's a miracle I got my wife to fall for me. I'll say that.
That's what I say all the time, Keith. I don't know. She did not know what she was getting herself into, and she's probably still, banging her head because she's like, wow, this is forever now. This is what it is, So hilarious. I love it. All right, guys. Let's actually here real quick, Trek Reviewer. And don't forget the big bruising running back, John Riggins, played for the Jets as well. Yes, he did, Trek Reviewer. Yes, he did. All right, Chris. Here we go, sir. Should be able to get this one, I think. This quarterback was drafted first overall by the Patriots in the 1993 NFL Draft.
Bledsoe.
That's correct. Drew Bledsoe. You made it to the 41-yard line. Nice first down there by Christian Fourier.
Let's go.
A little dumping
Fourier. Nice pull.
Yeah. In 2014, Anthony, the Jets continued with a similar trend. This relates back to the last question I just asked. In 2014, the Jets continued with a similar trend, signing this former 2,000-yard rusher who started 6 games and rushed for 663 yards.
Chris Johnson, CJ2K.
That's correct. Almost forgot that he played with the Jets, but he had a nice little stretch with them, actually.
Chris Johnson, that dude is
fast.
That dude is a sneaky. I know he's never going to make it to the Hall of Fame, but if you put his numbers up against Terrell Davis,
yeah, right.
It's got some merit. Had a really good career.
Oh yeah,
5.8 yards per carry or something like that. Some ridiculous number.
Yep.
I guess the difference here, Anthony, is that Terrell Davis played for great teams and Chris Johnson didn't.
Yeah,
that's definitely the difference. That is
definitely MVP, 2 Super Bowl trophies. That definitely weighed into the Terrell Davis discussion. But talk about a guy that was, had to unfortunately retire too soon. There's another guy, actually, time traveler. I don't know if you're still out there. Priest Holmes, a guy that almost enters into that category too. Unfortunately, never got a ring, but he had perhaps one of the greatest 3-year stretches at the running back position that I've ever seen. Early 2000s. I mean, that dude, he scored 21 rushing touchdowns in 14 games, rushed for 1,600 yards. The following year, he rushes for 27 touchdowns. I mean, he was different, Priest Holmes. He was unbelievable. Yeah,
it was.
All right, Anthony, you advance. You are you are at the 39-yard line. Almost there, almost to the end zone. Keith, this Dolphins coach implemented the Wildcat offense. Rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace. Tony Sperano. I like Tony Sperano, but he wasn't built to last as a head coach in this league.
I agree with that.
That is very kind. I'm not sure he was built to last in the NFL period.
No, I think he was a good position coach. I liked him as an offensive line coach. I liked him as a, I just don't think he was built to last as an NFL head coach. I don't think that was, he was too gimmicky. Everything he did was a gimmick. The Dolphins lost a big game, and he's like, "We're going to bury this football in the ground." And come on, man, we're grown men here. That was Sperano's thing, and that can only wildcat offenses and burying footballs in the ground, that can only last for so long.
Yeah.
Before it becomes rote.
Yep. Yeah, that was crazy. And what team was that against that he really came out with that wildcat offense?
The New England Patriots. Bill Belichick didn't know what to do.
Chris, he had no answers. No answers.
Mm-hmm.
Hilarious. All right. Keith and Anthony, you guys are knotted up here. Chris, here we go, sir. Still battling. This New England Patriot won the Offensive Rookie of the Year award in 1995. Maybe got mentioned earlier on in the show here.
Yeah, I believe he did.
Did he? Who did I mention?
Almost forgotten that he played with this team because he had the bulk of his career with another team.
Mm-hmm.
Who did I mention earlier in the show? Was it Croyle?
No, not Brody. I love that though.
I might have to skip on this one too.
Okay. Have you heard of Curtis Martin?
No.
Curtis, my favorite Martin. Curtis Martin was the Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Patriots in 1995. A lot of people forget that he played with New England. He was only there for a few seasons. Then he followed Bill Parcells to New York and solidified his Hall of Fame career there. So, yes, Curtis Martin, that is the correct answer. Chris, you're going to get to midfield. I promise you that. I know it's going to happen.
Listen, I only predicted to get to the 20, so I'm already
That's
doing
what I'm
way
saying.
better.
You're doing great, man. You're doing great for saying that you don't have any trivia knowledge and you're just you just watch the game. You take it all in. You know the players when they're playing, but then when they leave, the hell with them.
That's it. They're
minus
gone.
TB12 and maybe Jules.
Yeah.
You know Gronk, too. You did know Gronk. I just screwed you up on that one.
With that 69, you got me.
That's right. All right, here we go, Anthony. This Jets player was taken with the 9th overall pick in the 1995 NFL Draft.
Oh dear God! It wasn't Kyle Brady, was it?
Kyle Brady is correct.
Nice.
Kyle Brady,
nice
9th overall.
Love it.
Absolute disaster it is to take Kyle Brady, and then follow that up with like Anthony Becht 4 years later.
In the first round as well.
Stop it with tight ends in the first round. Just this, by the way, if you ever want to know why it is that tight ends in the first round seem to irk me so much, it's probably a childhood of that.
Makes sense. Well, you do have Dustin Keller to at least hold your
head. But was he a first round pick or a second round pick?
I think he was first.
I think he was first.
I think he was a first rounder. 20 something maybe from out of Purdue. He was good, man. He was so
decent.
good.
He was decent.
Yeah. Battlehawks, if you're still in the chat, Anthony Becht, there's a head coach for you for the St. Louis Battlehawks. Great name.
Is he now?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yep. Yeah, he's actually a pretty hot coaching prospect for the NFL right now, not as a head coach, but as like a position coach. I know he's gotten some interest there.
He was in the booth recently. I remember like a year or two ago, he was calling games and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, he's got I will say this about Anthony Becht. Like, did not live up to that first round status as a player, but as a personality, guy was unbelievable. Still is.
You know what's weird about him? That's a dude with like a 9.99 RAS. He's up there with some of the highest relative athletic scores of any of the athletes coming out these days.
Crazy. He's a West Virginia kid, I believe. West Virginia?
Yep.
I think, yeah. Wow.
Dustin Keller was taken with the 30th overall pick by the Jets.
Okay.
Yeah.
2007.
2008.
2008. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I love it. Time Traveler, I'm sorry to hear about what's going on here, man. Thinking about you, praying for you. Hope everything's okay. Anthony wants this title badly, giving Keith a run for his money. Yes, he is.
He's only asked me questions that have happened in my lifetime, and he's abusing Keith's memory. I will say, like, if it's happened inside of the time that I was born, I have a reasonable chance at this question regarding the Jets. But like, how many losing seasons has Don Shula ever had? Jeez,
that's my secret. Anthony. That's my secret. I'm actually 75 years old.
Oh, he's got the fountain of youth over here. I love it. Here we go. Battlehawks. Eric Flowers, great name. DN really did not pan out
Yeah.
Really did not pan out. Eric Flowers. Or was it? No, Antoine Winfield was the year before that. Nate Clements was after that. We had some nice defensive players in the mix, minus Eric Flowers. But love that. All right, Anthony, you have the lead right now. Let's see if Keith can get there as well and tie you up. Not too bad here, Keith. This former first-round pick finished his career with the Dolphins in 2016. He had 1.5 sacks this season and ended his career with a grand total of 97.5. Another player that may or may have not overlapped in our division.
See, when you make it too easy, Keith gets confused.
Is it Mario Williams, Jake?
Mario Williams, that is correct.
Okay.
Yes. Played for my Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Does amazing things. And finished his career as a Dolphin, unfortunately.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember him on the Dolphins.
1964 Battlehawks and then 1965 after that. But yeah, there was the famous hit hurled around the world, Mike Stratton against the San Diego Chargers. Unbelievable, man. All right, here we go. Chris, back to you, sir.
Let's go.
And that was good, Keith. Good stuff, man. See, I try to throw a few recent ones in there for you. Not too crazy. All right, this is a good one. I like this one. What Patriots player was the Super Bowl MVP of Super Bowl 39, recording 11 catches for 133 yards? Kind of a random name. Solid player in the league.
Yeah. His father was a solid player, too.
Yeah.
Who did the Patriots play in Super Bowl 39?
The Eagles. And Donovan McNabb was actually, I don't know if you remember, he was throwing up while in the huddle. And then as he came to like take the snap, there's a famous picture of him going like this, and he's just projectile vomiting. He was super sick. Crazy.
He was super nervous, Jake.
He was, yeah, that too, sure. That defense was unbelievable for New England. But it was an offensive player that won MVP. And it's not a household name per se. Solid player, like I said.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with, I have no idea, but I'm going to go with Deion Branch.
Yes, sir.
Deion Branch.
Nice ball.
Hey!
Dude, that was good.
Let's go.
That was really good. Listen, after not getting a couple of these, that's a really good rebound right there. Deion Branch.
I know that was one of his go-to guys back in the early 2000s. So
yeah, he was good, man. He was good. Then he went to Seattle. He got a nice big contract in Seattle.
All right, let's go.
Deion Branch, you have made it to the 49-yard line of the opposing team. How about it? Put some respect on your name.
Feeling good.
All right, Anthony. Who set the single-season passing record with 4,007 passing yards. This is also the only quarterback in Jets history to throw for 4,000 or more yards in a season.
Joe Willie Namath.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? 1968, man.
Yeah,
What?
he was there's a game from his career where he threw like 450 yards or 480 yards on like 19 attempts.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Dude,
It was just the deep ball back then. There was no short passing game or anything.
No, because you put the ball over the middle, you get your guy killed.
Yeah, well, that's a very good point. Yeah, they had actually banned hits from Jack Tatum later on because he nearly killed a guy, he paralyzed a guy.
Yep.
So yeah,
absolutely.
Yep.
So love it.
Pull up Mike's comment.
What did he say here? Oh, rumors have it that Battlehawk is texting Chris the answers. Wow. I don't know, Chris. That was pretty quick too. You were pretty quick on that one, but I feel like if you're a Pats fan, you definitely have had heard that name in the past, and that's like a random one that you know that'll stick with you. So,
and plus, I watched this documentary on the Patriots. It was like a YouTube documentary that they had about Tom Brady's career. I watched that a month ago, and it went through all of his ups, highs, and lows of his career. So,
I love it, man. I love it. What else do we have here? Battlehawks, Chad Pennington. Yep, great name. Something about Trent Green's child.
He also has a question that he brought up. Chris, who was the coach for
not enough tape, unfortunately. I mean, I've watched a lot of Bills highlights. Bruce was so good. I mean, this is a dude that could give you 100 tackles and 15 or 20 sacks in a season at the same time. His sack record is going to stand forever. I don't see anyone getting to 200, which is crazy.
No.
Yeah.
Reggie White was close. He's only 2 away, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they both retired at like within a year or two of each other.
Yeah.
I just don't think there's anybody in the NFL that's going to have the longevity of Bruce or even Jerry. Right. Or, sorry, not Jerry. Reggie. Yeah. I just don't see anybody with the longevity of those two.
Yeah. Keith Lincoln. Yeah. That was the guy who was Mike Stratton hit Keith Lincoln for the Chargers. And they called that the hit heard around the world. Mike knows a little bit about that. I think his dad, Bill, Mike, is that correct? Was your dad, he's a big Mike Stratton fan? That was like a famous picture or something that he had gotten. Thought there was a story with that, but anyways. What else do we got here?
Got a question from Battlehawk. I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer to it.
Well, Dickey was the coach of the Bears.
Yep. Head coach, was it Raymond Berry? Was Raymond Berry the coach for the?
I believe it was, yeah.
Yeah. Raymond Berry, by the way, fun fact about him, one of his legs was shorter than the other. So him and Johnny Unitas, when they used to have to game plan, they would, like, he'd get out of his cuts faster on the one side. He'd have obviously a little more explosiveness, and they would their timing routes were so damn good. That was like super unique back then because, like, that was just unheard of. Like I said, it was all long game, you know. So him and Raymond Berry, that was like the connection, man. Love it. All right, I'm sorry. Let's keep going here, guys. I know Keith, you got to go to work here, so we got to move a little bit. Let's see, what do we got? On December 9th, 2018, in a game called the Miracle in Miami, in which the Miami Dolphins won on a game-winning lateral against Chris's New England Patriots, this former Dolphins running back scored the game-winning touchdown.
Don't feel too bad, Chris. That was the last game the Dolphins won that season, and that was the last game the Patriots lost that season.
Ryan Tannehill was their quarterback at the time.
Yeah. Kenyon Drake scored the touchdown.
Yeah.
Kenyon Drake. Do you know who caught the initial pass?
What's that?
Do you know who caught the initial pass?
Was it Devontae Parker? Kenny Stills?
Kenny Stills.
Kenny Stills.
Kenny Stills to Devontae Parker to Kenyon Drake. Yep.
Kenny Stills used to fly. I remember Gronk was out there looked like Frankenstein. He was so hurt that year. He couldn't even catch Kenyon Drake. He was the last line of defense.
Gronk does. Yeah. He did run like Frankenstein. You're right. That is a very good analogy. Yes.
He was beat up. He had a brace on and everything. I remember that one. He was the last line of defense and just let him run right by him. But
I love it. Yes. Hilarious. All right, Keith and Anthony tied, man. They are close. They're both at the 19-yard line right now, going in. Chris at the 49-yard line. He's trying to save some face right now. Just comes out of nowhere with the Deion Branch answer. I love it. Let's see if he can come back. Here we go. How many Super Bowl losses did Tom Brady have with the Patriots?
3. No, sorry. Yeah, 3. It was 3.
You're right. 3. Yeah. That is correct. He was 6-3 with the Patriots in Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Chris, moving on to the 39-yard line. Lawrence Maroney with a nice run.
Take it.
You guys ever watch Fantasy Files? Back in the day, they had those commercials, the Fantasy File commercials. It was like, there was one with Chris Cooley sticking his hand through the wall to catch a pass. There was one with Chris James.
Oh, yeah.
But then Lawrence Maroney jumps through a car, both windows open. He runs and just jumps through the whole car. Like, it's crazy.
I remember that. Didn't they have Mason Crosby? Mason Crosby knocked the tower, knocked the bell tower. Yeah.
Those were the best, man. I miss those. They got to bring those back. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was amazing.
All right, Anthony. This former listen, you know I love my fullbacks. This former Jets fullback who played with the team between 1987 and 1989 shares a last name with another former Jets quarterback, although they are not in any way related. Kind of an interesting question. He was a first-round pick out of Texas A&M, by the way.
Yeah, I know that the Jets drafted a fullback in the first round. You got me. This is too much for me. It's too rich for my blood. I can't catch this one.
All right.
It did happen inside of my lifetime, but like 3-year-old Anthony.
Roger Vick.
Okay.
Roger Vick was his name. He only played with the Jets. Like I said, it was only a 3-year season or 3-year career with the Jets, but forget who we went to afterwards. But Roger Vick. Nice couple. I mean, for a fullback, like 400, 500-yard guy, but as a first rounder, kind of expected more. You know,
you can't spend first round picks on fullbacks even back then.
Can't do it. You can't do it. As much as I love that, you can't do that.
No.
All right, looks like Keith might pull away with this.
Keith, The reigning champ. Let's see. He's going to get to his 9-yard line maybe with this answer. Which former Dolphin holds the franchise record for career interceptions? It's another one outside of Keith, like prior to him being born.
Oh.
Just as a hint. Really good player.
They both getting stopped on the 19.
Oh God. I'm gonna go with Jake Scott.
Jake Scott is correct. That was a good one. Jake Scott, he won a Super Bowl MVP too with the Dolphins. Don't forget.
He did.
He was a hell of a ball player. Rest in peace to Jake Scott. I think he passed away actually recently.
Yeah.
Another guy, man. Gone too soon.
Keith
All right, Keith, taking the lead there, down to your the opposing team's 9-yard line, heading into the end zone. Nice first down there, run by AJ Touchy-Feely, bringing him back. All right, Chris, what running back did the New England Patriots acquire from the Cincinnati Bengals in 2004? This guy went off.
Yeah.
2004, man, there were multiple running backs, like older running backs that had phenomenal seasons. This guy was one of them.
Was it Corey Dillon?
Corey Dillon. Yeah. Very good, man. I think he was a 1,600 back that year too.
Yeah, I think he still has a single season rushing yard.
I believe you're correct. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when the Patriots got him and it was like, I remember saying to my dad, the rich just getting richer right here.
Yeah. Fair. Ridiculous, man. Yeah. Charlie Weiss was the OC then. Charlie Weiss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm doing a lot. I'm just happy I'm doing a lot better than I thought I was. So
you're doing great, man. You're on the opposing team's 29-yard line. All right, here we go, Anthony. Here's an older one for you. Yeah. In 1975, this running back broke the 1,000-yard barrier for the first time in New York Jets history. For the New York Jets.
Again, like these older ones, you're gonna get me.
He may have been mentioned earlier on in the show as well.
Yeah.
Comment.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to let that one go. I am now officially on notice. I have to study New York Jets history now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't. Okay. I mean, yeah, no.
All right.
I'm not gonna
John Riggins.
John Riggins. Okay.
Answer. Yeah, John Riggins. Yeah. So obviously, he was a Washington Redskin prior to that, but goes to the New York Jets, and man. Yeah, he was good. But yeah, first 1,000-yard season in 1975, kind of crazy because they became a franchise in 1960. Mm-hmm. 15 years later, they finally had their first 1,000-yard rusher, and this is in a predominant like rushing league at the time. So
50 years later, we still don't have another 4,000-yard quarterback.
That's even more insane. Yeah, I mean, you guys are right up there with the Bears. Like the Bears have never had 4,000-yard passer.
That's the fact.
Yeah. If it's not for Joe Namath, you guys don't have one.
I know.
Closest one is probably Mark Sanchez. Vinny Testaverde.
I think Testaverde would have gotten there if he
was
get
close.
Hurt one year. He was up like 3,800 or something like that.
Man.
So yeah.
I don't even know what time traveler's saying right here, but we're gonna let you keep going on, brother. Oh, he's talking about time. He's literally talking about time travel. Listen, I am all about it. I love like the whole black hole thing. Like we can go on and on about that. We should have a separate conversation about it because that would be very interesting. All right, Keith, for the win, sir. Anthony gets to the 9-yard line. Maybe too little, too late, though. Or actually, no, he didn't get that one. I'm sorry.
No, I got no shot of pop.
The red zone
to win.
What a
trivia!
Question.
What is the name of the Miami Dolphins mascot?
Why you look so confused, Keith?
Probably not something you expected to come at you.
No.
It's interesting. So there's that other show.
Is it Flipper?
No, it's not.
I think that was my guess too. That was my guess.
TD is the name of the mascot.
TD?
TD, like T period D period.
Oh, I have no idea.
Shout out to TD Finns. I know he's him and Sean Kula. They've gone back and forth. They've had a couple shows together. TD Finns is a big Dolphins contributor here on YouTube, and Pretty cool dude. He's had some very emotional takes to the Dolphins losing games. You guys got to check it out. It's hilarious. But shout out to him.
Hey, Red Jones
I think
kicking
that's
you guys'
the
butt.
basis of his name. Hey, we got life here. We got life. Chris and Anthony both still got life, brothers.
Let's go. Let's
Here
see.
we go.
That's where the life ends.
Chris, what New England Patriot cornerback shared Pro Bowl MVP honors with wide receiver Keyshawn Johnson in 1999? With former Jets receiver Keyshawn Johnson in 1999, I should say. Another AFC East overlap question.
1999. Nope. I don't got
Give
it.
up?
I give up.
All right. Ty Law was the correct answer.
I should have went and just guessed. I should just went and guessed Ty Law.
Yep. Yeah. Well, Chris, you did not advance. That's your first wrong answer in a little bit here. You're doing really good. You're on a good streak there.
I was
all right,
good.
Anthony.
Okay.
This Jets receiver scored 4 touchdowns in a game against the Dolphins during the 1986 season.
Wesley Walker.
Wesley Walker is correct. That guy was unbelievable. He was a really good receiver, man.
I
forget who it was. Someone came out and said, maybe it was Ken O'Brien. He was talking about the most talented receiver he's ever played with. He's like, Wesley Walker was that guy. He was so good, man. Good receiver. 4 touchdowns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both on the 9 now. Both on the 9.
Both on the 9. Here we go. We're all tied up. But Keith, for the win. Oh, this is an easy one. Who was the first owner of the Miami Dolphins? Oh, maybe not.
Oh, yeah. Stadium was named after him. Joe Robbie.
Joe Robbie is correct. Yes.
I blanked there for a second. I was like, Wayne Huizenga? No. I blanked there. I don't know what, but yeah, Joe Robbie.
Hey, let's crown him. Let's crown him. Keith,
well done, sir.
The reigning champ. You did it again, sir. Mike, you just won some money. I don't know how much it was. I think the odds leader was definitely Keith. Keith, any words, any speech you want to give about this victory?
Hey, you know what? I love trivia so much. I just I have such a great time doing this with you guys. And you guys both gave me a run for my money tonight. And I also know in my heart of hearts that the only reason I won tonight was because Jake was the moderator. If Jake was competing against me, I would have had no shot.
I appreciate that. You did awesome. You guys were awesome. I mean, this is a lot of fun. I have fun asking the questions and seeing like if you guys are going to get the answer and then seeing you struggle a little bit too. It's fun for me. Like I know it's probably not fun for you in the moment, but it is. I really do enjoy this. We got to do more of this. Right now, Keith with a 2-0 victory or 2-0 record career-wise. This is super fun, guys.
I do want to see the Patriots' next question. Just
yeah. No, I was going to say I want to
giggles.
a couple of the Bills questions if you don't mind too.
Yeah, sure.
Patriots question. It would have been the Patriots. You would have probably got this, Chris. This Patriots receiver set the NFL receiving record.
Yeah, that's Randy Moss. Randy Moss.
Yep.
Okay.
You guys know what this one? This would have been the tiebreaker question.
Yes.
Who is it, Keith?
Larry Centers.
Larry Centers. Our leader in receptions in 2001, Alex Van Pelt at the helm. By the way, new offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots, Alex Van Pelt. How about that, Chris?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, interesting move
for him.
Yep.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien wasn't doing it. I thought he'd be that answer, but I don't know if it was Mac Jones or Bill. Well, Bill's still there.
Did you see the Bill O'Brien thing? It was like he just up and left. Where was he? He went somewhere. And he just left.
I don't know. I think Steve Belichick is going to the
Washington.
Commanders. Yeah.
Washington. University of
Washington University.
Oh, he's going to okay. I thought Washington. Yeah. I thought he was going to Commanders. Okay.
Yeah, so he it's crazy because University of Washington, they've had the most transfers out of any Power 5 program. Actually, really any program, I think, in the country. So I'm curious to see what happens there. Obviously, they lose their head coach to Alabama. And I think Bill O'Brien was going back to Alabama. Wasn't that the case? And then he left, and then he just came out and said, I'm not going. So
it's been a really
carousel.
Been a carousel in this offseason. I'm looking forward to seeing some more moves.
Oh, yeah. Just a couple others here. Aaron Schobel is the answer for this one, former Bills player to
nice
attack Tom Brady more than any other player. Brian Moorman, the answer to this one, he ran track at Pittsburgh State, was known as the bright spot on the Bills during the drought years.
I was watching Pro Bowl highlights the other day, Jake.
Can't have it without him.
Yeah, the one where Sean Taylor lays him out.
Yep.
Always brings a smile to my face.
Oh, yeah. What player was the Cave Gun offense named after? A lot of people think Jim Kelly. No, it was Keith McKellar, our tight end, who had a really unique ability of he was kind of like a modern-day tight end almost, and kind of ran the offense through him. We were able to run that hurry-up offense. So Keith McKellar was the answer there. What team did Bruce Smith and Andre Reed finish their careers with? The Washington Redskins.
Yep.
Bills' all-time leader in kick return, yards, and touchdowns, Terrence McGee. Great name. This is my favorite question. This actually would have been the tiebreaker. This former Bills quarterback never attempted a regular season pass as a Bill, but was popular amongst fans during the drought era for a show called Hangin' 10. You know who that is? Right. This is a really, really out there one.
Hangin' 10.
This is for the diehards. Trek reviewer might get this one.
So
he's still out there. How about Mike saying it's all scripted here like the NFL? Wow. Unbelievable. But he does say congrats. His name is Jabron Hamden.
Okay.
He was a backup quarter. He was the third string quarterback for the Bills. But if you guys ever have a chance, go on YouTube. You could type in Hangin' 10 with Hamden. And there's a really popular show / video clip that came out from his show. And it was Marshawn Lynch versus Kyle Williams and a swim off. It's hilarious. You got to watch it. It's like 10 out of 10 content. So good. But yes, I'm going to end on that one there because I think it's just too perfect. But fellas, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you to everyone out there on the chat. Trek Reviewer did not know the answer to that. So Trek Reviewer, brush up on your Jabron Hamden history. All right. He went 1 for 2 for 7 yards in his NFL career. I know you should know that guy. Great name. But Keith, congratulations again. Anthony, you were fantastic. Chris, I think you surprised a lot of people tonight. You came in here saying you don't know any trivia.
Surprised myself.
You did good, man. Never doubt yourself. Never doubt yourself. But if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We like, interacting with you guys in the chat. We appreciate your support.
Absolutely.
And hit that like button, as Mike says. But thank you all, and enjoy the Super Bowl this weekend. And we'll be back next week with some more content for you. Off season on the horizon here, and actually it's been the off season for all of us for a couple weeks now. So excited to talk some draft prep and all that other good stuff. So as for now, go Bills.
Jet up.
Pass Nation.
Take care, guys. Thank you.